There is a hidden danger that can ruin your fat loss if you're not careful, and it's not fast food, it's not missed workouts, and it's not a lack of motivation. You may be surprised to hear this, but it's the people closest to you, so your friends and your family. You know, when I first decided I wanted to lose fat, I thought the hardest part would be sticking to my calorie deficit consistently and going to the gym without missing workouts. And don't get me wrong, that was hard at first. But once I got into the routine of that and I started to lose fat, I found the people around me were changing too, but in a different way. The first time I noticed it was when I decided to go on a break from alcohol, and I went to the pub with my friends. And when I got there, my friend asked me, "What pint do you want?" I said, "Pint of Coke Zero." And he laughed and was like, "No, seriously, what pint do you want?" And I said, "No, really, I want Coke Zero." And he looked at me in utter disgust. Later that night, one of my other friends said, "So tell me, why are you not drinking? Like, what's going on?" And I said, "Well, I actually want to lose fat this time. I'm really committed to it. And I feel like, I should just take a break from alcohol because I think that's going to help the process." And he said to me, "Well, I get that, but surely you can live a little, like a couple of pints. Why not three or four? Like, it's not really that big of a deal." And to be fair, that was quite an easy comment to handle. But later that year, as I carried on my break with alcohol, I started getting comments like, "Used to be so fun, man. What's wrong with you? I miss you drinking. Just have a couple of drinks. Why not do shots instead? There's not many calories in that." And at the time, it made me sit there and contemplate, like, is what I'm doing normal? Should I be doing this? And that set me back massively because I started to second guess myself. I also got comments from family members: "Don't you think you're too skinny now, Aiden? I think you've lost enough weight." And that would be preceded by being offered copious amounts of food and me having to say no like 743 times in a day. Now, when I think back to those comments, I get they weren't malicious now. But at the time, it can be so confusing because you're like, I'm doing this good thing for myself. I'm actually going to get healthy, get lean, and start to feel good about myself. And people are saying that I'm doing the wrong thing and I shouldn't be doing it. And that can have a massive effect on your confidence and your progress. I can actually remember a period where I was avoiding my friends and family. And when I did see them, I would just eat more food than I actually wanted to. And I started to drink again because I was embarrassed about the fact that I was losing fat. Imagine that. Embarrassed to lose fat. And the thing is, although I was able to get past that and lose fat, a lot of people don't, and they fall back into their social role because that's how people want them to be. And if you want to be able to push past those comments and actually lose fat, you need to understand why they're being made in the first place. And I'm going to explain that to you right now because it took me years to understand this. So I'm going to save you countless hours of your life sitting there pondering why is this even happening. Firstly, it's really important you understand that your friends and family aren't consciously wanting you to fail and stay fat. They want things to stay the same subconsciously because as humans, we tend to resist change. Look, people don't see you as you see yourself. They see you as your role. They see you as the guy who's up for a pint, loves takeaways, and never does any exercise. And when you start changing, the people around you are going to try and pull you back to how you usually act because that's what's familiar to them. Because if you get lean, you get disciplined, and you change, it forces them to look at themselves in the mirror and ask themselves, why can't I do the same? And people hate having a mirror held up to their habits and their lifestyle. They want to look around and say, oh, we're all the same, so it must be normal, it must be okay that we're all fat. And that's why you get those comments, just live a little, man, have one, why not? And it will always come wrapped as a joke, false concern, or banter. Unfortunately, most humans have that crabs in a bucket mentality, to wherever they see someone progressing, they look up and they grab their ankle and pull them straight back down, or at least try to. And to put it bluntly, your ability to handle that will determine whether you actually get lean and get in shape, or whether you stay fat for the rest of your life, because losing fat is not hard when life is quiet. But it's incredibly difficult when Friday night rolls around, everyone you know is ordering a takeaway, and you go to the pub with your friends and there's beers being waved in your face and you're thinking, shit, if I say no, I'm going to look like a dickhead, but if I say yes, I'm going to stop my progress. And it's those moments that determine whether you're actually going to win or not. And at the end of the day, it falls on you. People are going to tempt you and they're going to peer pressure you, but they cannot chew food for you and they cannot force beer down your throat. So yes, they can influence you, but you have to take responsibility to whether you actually give in or not. And if not, you're going to become one of those people who spend their entire life blaming everyone else as to why they're not in shape, which is also known as a fucking pussy. But why do people even fold? Well, it's because you care about what others think. You can pretend you don't. You can pretend you're a lone wolf that doesn't give a shit, but you are not. We are social beings. Humans are made to be in tribal environments, so you do care. Your brain runs on evolutionary programming. So when your friends and your family take the piss out of your diet, you're not thinking, oh, well, they're just taking the piss out of me. Your nervous system overreacts and says, shit, I need to go back to normal, otherwise I'm going to be rejected and die. That's why it's so easy to go back to how you were, because you want to change whilst at the same time still want the approval from others around you. So the question becomes, how do you stop that? And it comes down to one word: integrity. Your word to yourself has to mean more than anything anyone else can say or do. Because if your word doesn't mean anything to you, of course you're going to give in to that peer pressure regularly. Think about this: we all have that one friend or a couple of friends who is always late. The first few times you probably didn't think much of it, but then it became a habit, and now you just know them as the unreliable guy. And now you don't believe a word they say, to the point where you're supposed to be meeting at 11, you tell them to meet at 10 to make sure that they're on time. Well, you've done that to yourself. All those times you said, I'm going to start on Monday, and then you didn't, you've trained your brain into knowing that you are a bullshitter. So when your friends offer you that pint, when you promise yourself you're not going to drink, you have nothing to stand on because you don't even trust yourself. And that's why the first step in losing fat is not finding the perfect diet plan, the perfect workout plan. It's about rebuilding your relationship with yourself to where when you say no, you actually fucking mean it for once in your life. And you aren't going to be able to do that through watching YouTube videos or setting fucking David Goggins quotes as your wallpaper on your phone. You are going to do that by making small promises to yourself and actually keeping them, so that you build up a bank of proof. I'll do 10k steps today. Do it. I'm going to hit the gym on Tuesday. Do it. I'm going to hit my protein target every day this week. Do it. Nothing fancy or sexy, but after 30 days of doing that, you have a massive bank of proof that you're a man who keeps their word. And that's when your self-respect is going to go through the roof. And when your self-respect goes up, something amazing happens. You start to love yourself more than you love the approval of others. And that's the real weapon you need. Because then when one of your friends says, come on man, why are you being so boring? Just have a drink. You're no longer going to be thinking, shit, I don't want this guy to judge me. You're going to be thinking, I'm not breaking a promise to myself to make this guy more comfortable. Fuck that. And look, at first you are going to be taken the piss out of. I had it for months, but eventually that's going to go away, and it will get to a point where people respect you more because they see you as someone who can actually put their foot down and say no, and be a man that sticks to what they say they're going to do. And then down the line you're going to get, bro, how did you do that? How did you get in such good shape? But you're never going to get that if you fall to the slightest bit of peer pressure. So when it comes to fat loss, you need to build the most important skill of all: saying no and being comfortable with the discomfort that comes with saying no. And now that you understand that, I'm going to tell you what you should actually do when this happens. Because it's all well and good me saying have integrity and stand on your word, but what are you actually supposed to do in those situations? Well, first of all, stop explaining yourself to anyone. This is where so many guys fuck it, because they start giving these speeches where they try and justify their actions. And the thing is, the second you do that, you are basically giving a microphone to everyone in that room to debate your life choices. Don't give people the right to have an opinion on your life and your life choices. You do not need to justify why you're having a Coke Zero instead of a beer, or why you choose not to have a dessert. And you definitely do not need to justify why you want to lose fat. Just say no, and eventually they will shut up. Saying no is final, whereas justifying yourself is basically just putting yourself on trial. With that being said, you need to expect resistance. It's kind of sad really, because most people that go into fat loss think that everyone around them is going to support them, and most of the time it turns out that it's only a few people. So don't be shocked when the people closest to you don't seem to be too happy with your actions. Just keep this in your head. Whenever you're doing anything worthwhile in this life, there's going to be resistance. And when you feel that resistance, you know you are doing something right. Prepare for that discomfort, and then when it comes, and when people are making all these comments, they're trying to get you to drink, they're trying to get you to eat more, you're prepared for it. So it's easy not to give in. You also need to decide on your standards before being in the situation, and that's what separates the men who get lean and the men who stay fat. Don't rock up to a restaurant tired, hungry and stressed out and have no idea what you're going to eat, because that's when people end up ordering half the fucking menu. Decide roughly before you go what you're going to eat and drink, how long you're going to stay, and what you're going to have to say no to. For example, you're going to go for dinner with your friends on a Friday night. A couple hours before, have a look at the menu and decide, say, okay, I'm going to have the fish or the steak with potatoes and a side salad, and I'm going to get a dessert instead of a starter this time, and I'm just having one beer. That sounds so small and petty, but I'm telling you, over weeks and months, that makes a massive, massive difference. If you allow yourself to make every decision in the moment, if you allow yourself to make every decision you ever make in the moment rather than predetermined, that's when the fat, weak version of you is going to take over. So you cannot let that happen. Also, as unfortunate as it is, you have to accept that changing is going to weaken certain relationships. Some people are only going to like you when you are not changing. Again, it holds a mirror up to them and makes them question their life decisions, their life choices, and what they're doing. And they don't like that. So yeah, sometimes you might lose friends, or you might just talk less to certain people. At the end of the day, if you're striving to be better, you're going to outgrow certain rooms. And that's not you being arrogant, saying, oh, I'm just too good for you. That's just you being honest, and that's okay. And the thing is, if someone can only be comfortable around you when you're fat, lazy, and undisciplined, then guess what? It's time to move on from that person. Because the reality is, you can either stay the same to make the people around you comfortable and never fulfill your potential, or you can have a few awkward months, upset a few people, and get in the best shape of your life and change your life forever. And when I put it like that, it's a no-brainer, right? So look, yes, it can be tough with your friends and your family subconsciously dragging you down when you're trying to change, but what you need to understand is that you have one go at this life. I know it's cliche, I get that that's cliche, but it's true. So just fucking go for it and take what you want, man. If you want to get in shape, do it, and fuck what everyone else thinks. And if you want my help doing that, you can click the first link in the description of this video. Other than that, I hope this video helped. If it did, leave it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.